Hello students, I am your science teacher and in today's video we are going to study about friction's advantages and disadvantages. In the previous video we studied about friction, its type, direction, what are the factors which affect friction, etc. Now in this video we are going to understand why friction is called necessary evil. Obviously it is called necessary evil because it is having advantages as well as disadvantages. Now let's jump to advantages of the friction. First one is walking and standing. See, we are only able to properly walk or stand on the surface because of the friction. Because friction helps us to make a grip to interlock with the surface so that we can walk or stand properly. Then next one is movement of vehicles. Now see, vehicles are also able to move properly because of the friction. If there would be no friction, the vehicle would slip on the surface instead of moving, right? Then next one is draw or write. I am able to draw anything on the surface because of the friction. If there was no friction, my chalk would have slipped right now, right? Then next one is holding. I am able to hold the chalk. Why? Because there is a friction between my fingers and the chalk. If there was no friction, it would have fallen down, right? Now next one is the brakes. See, when we apply the brake, what happens? The object which is moving is opposed or is pressed with the brakes so that it cannot move. When we are pressing it, pressing leads to what? Interlocking of the surface, and interlocking of the surface lead to what? Friction. It is the resistance to the motion. So these are the advantages. These are some advantages of the friction. Now next one are the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? It is evil, right? So it is having disadvantages. First one is wearing and tearing of sole. Continuous movement on the surface. When we walk, there is a continuous friction. There is a continuous opposing force which lead to what? Wearing and tearing of the sole of our shoe. Then damage to the tire and brakes. Obviously tires are also rolling on the surface, so because of that there is a friction, rolling friction is there, and rolling friction opposes the motion, which lead to what? Which lead to damage to the tires, as well as in the case of brakes also, one object is moving, brakes are trying to stop it. Because of that a lot of friction produced. The function of brakes is only to produce the function of brakes is only to produce the friction so that motion stops. So that also leads to the damage to the brakes. And then overheating of the machines. When there is a friction between two surfaces, let's say these are the two surfaces and I start rubbing these. When I am rubbing these, there must be the production of friction, and you can observe that when I rub these hands, because of the friction there is generation of heat, right? So because of that we know that there are machines which have to be continuously moving, parts of the machine have to be continuously moving, right? So because of that a lot of friction, a lot of heat is generated. That is a disadvantage. Then next one is expenditure of more energy. See, something which can be done with a little bit of force or little bit of energy will require more energy. Why? Because there is a opposing thing, there is a opposing force that is not allowing that motion which is advantageous to us. So to overcome that we have to provide more energy. It means we are spending more energy, so that is also a disadvantage for us economically, basically, right? Then the noise. We know that when there are two things which are in direct contact and are rubbing, are against each other, if I am rubbing two surfaces, there will be the generation of noise also. So friction is also a cause of noise pollution sometimes. So that's it. We have studied advantages and disadvantages of friction in this video. Revise this at your home.